If you're a recovering people pleaser, you need to hear this. So maybe you have started saying no more often, but your no's are accompanied with this full-on explanation because you're still thinking about how this could possibly hurt someone. And I love that about you. I love that you have this big heart and you care about people's feelings. And we don't want to take away the caring about people's feelings part, but we do want to bring into the equation that your feelings are also valid and that over-explaining just doesn't need to be a part of your identity anymore. And here is this take on it. You over-explaining, you are still trying to manipulate how the other person is seeing you. Okay? And I know that you're not doing this on purpose to be manipulative, okay? And I'm not calling you a manipulator, but we can tend to do that still as a recovering people pleaser, okay? I know I was guilty of it, and I know it still comes up for me sometimes, and I'm very, very mindful and vigilant of when I'm doing this. So start practicing saying no, period. Pause. Just practice that. And I'm not talking about just saying no for the heck of it. Like, I mean, when you really don't want to do something or something makes you uncomfortable, just saying no. And then pausing and notice the restriction that you feel in your body. Where does it come up for you in your body when you just say no and you don't like take that next step to over-explain so that you can feel safer in your body, or that you can tell yourself, okay, well, at least they'll understand now. No. What if you just said no because you didn't want to do something? What if you just said no because someone made you uncomfortable and you said no? Or they asked you to do something that made you feel uncomfortable and you just said no? Okay, what would that, the question that I want you to ask yourself after that is, what would that mean about you if you just said no and didn't explain yourself? What thoughts would come up after that? And again, you want to notice where that's showing up in your body. How can you tend to that space in your body where you're feeling the restriction, where you're feeling the anxiety, where you're feeling the overactive thoughts, telling stories, these false narratives about you and how you're not a good person? Okay, we're not doing that anymore. Okay. Now again, we're not just like saying no for the sake of saying no, just to prove ourselves right. These are in situations where you're feeling uncomfortable, where someone is trying to take advantage of you, okay? These are situations where you literally don't have to explain yourself and you can just choose to say no and move forward. Now it's gonna take time for you to build that capacity in your nervous system, and that's okay. You wanna be patient with that. And we just have to practice this. That's it. Practice. Compassion and practice. Integration, practice, compassion. All of those things on repeat.